Hello and welcome. Been a while since a video, but I just watched Star Trek Lower Decks and I figured I'd talk about wow, exactly what did I watch? This show left me with a lot of mixed emotions. It was okay. As an action adventure cartoon half hour is okay, it was decent, but it wasn't funny. It certainly wasn't a comedy. This is trying way too hard to be the Orville. It's like they know what the Orville is in concept and they completely missed the mark because they missed the part that it Orville is a love letter to Star Trek, and this is not a love letter to Star Trek. It's them throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to see what actually sticks. The show, if I'm going to compare it to the Orville, has none of the heart. It just mocks Star Trek without actually taking any of it seriously, which is why the Orville and Galaxy Quest succeed while Lower Decks fails. Lower Decks doesn't take Star Trek seriously and just makes fun of it, thinking that it'll get away with it because the nerds will recognize the references. Yeah, we're making fun of you, but remember this? Remember Space Dock? Remember the Derridex class warbirds? I don't know, this style of mocking something while throwing references hasn't worked the last 48 times it's been tried, so let's do it one more time with feeling. Now, that said, the visuals I did like. They seem to actually look like Star Trek for the first time since 2005, and not like it's embarrassed to be Star Trek for the first time since 2005. Which is good. It's a nice change of pace. It's like, oh, you're very slowly starting to learn that when people see Star Trek in the title, they expect it to look like Star Trek and not Star Wars or The Expanse, which are both fine properties, but they're not Star Trek. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, given they got visuals right, it's like, yeah, they're probably just kind of grasping at straws this time. We've tried everything except what people like. Maybe we can give them a little of that, it'll work. Love us! Give us another chance! I just want to say this is almost good. The ingredients are all there. Characters were fine, at least in the basic concept. I've nothing against any of the characters. They all seem like they could be very interesting to develop in a serious show over a course of a season or two. But it wasn't very funny. And there's, if this was a serious Star Trek show told from the perspective of a Lower Decks crew, I think it would actually be very good. Where you just get hints of what's going on. It's like, what's the one? Like the Star Trek episode about the salt monster. How would that appear from the Lower Decks crew? That's not the command crew deal with the situation, but all the regular staff just knowing that there's some kind of salt monster on the loose, and it can look like anybody. There's potential there. Yeah, so there's room for animated Trek, especially right now in the COVID-19 era, especially when you can't make a good sci-fi show without spending obscene amounts of cash, like the same amount of cash enough to feed a small country for 6 months. Animation, I think, is the way to go for this stuff, but if it should be serious animation. This ultimately left me with going with what basically was what the HE double hockey sticks did I actually watch. Sorry, I was trying to fluster there, just trying to best describe this without getting in trouble with YouTube police. It was trying way too hard to be everything except Star Trek and didn't seem to care about figuring out what it was, or even to remember that it was a Star Trek show. It's like, yes, this is a show about Star Trek Lower Decks people, but what is the show? You just throw this wacky, zany comedy, which only works for some things, but not for others. I don't know. Just not seeing this getting a wide audience. The visuals are directly ripped off the Final Space, which I do enjoy. It's a decent show. But I just don't want to see a Star Trek show in this style. Like the Doctor looks exactly like Little Kato. I don't know, nice reference, but yeah, I know what species that's supposed to be, but I'm not seeing that when I see the Doctor. I'm seeing Little Kato. There's a problem with the show. It's not Star Trek. It tries to be other things that it's not. It's way too frantic, which is not a style of comedy I enjoy very much in small doses. It tries way too hard to be Star Trek Rick and Morty, which is fine, I guess. I love Rick and Morty, but it still does not fit Star Trek at all, and that wacky, zany, over-the-top stuff just doesn't fit Star Trek. Star Trek is a serious show about an evolved humanity exploring the universe. There's a lot of room for exploring what the Lower Decks enlisted personnel, how they'll experience the various things the Enterprise experiences, but this isn't it. Overall, the show was almost meh. Needs a few more months in the oven, I think. It's got the ingredients here, but I need to strip out the comedy and make it a serious show. As a 2 for an episode special to kind of poke fun at Star Trek, it would be fine, and I might actually really enjoy it. But as a series, the whole series is going to go year after year for, I don't know how many, 10, 20 episodes a season, I'm not sure now. It just seems that it's going to get real old real fast. Ultimately, it's just another swing and a miss from Kurtzman and CBS. Totally didn't see that one coming. Who knew? Maybe the fifth series they announced, the one that people actually like. I don't know. Signing off for now. Not much else to say. It was okay. I'm glad I live in Canada, where I don't have to pay extra for this. It just comes with my regular cable package, so that's a bonus. All in all, I'll see you out there somewhere. Second side of the right, straight on till morning. Bye.